Hello guys, welcome to IceMan-Tech. Today we are going to discuss on compressor blasting. Yes. Once again, IceMan-Tech, we are into outdoor production and outdoor machine fabrication. Fabricate outdoor machine. We also maintain outdoor machine. And we also do the business itself. We are into outdoor production. And today we are going to talk about how to prevent your compressor. Your compressor. How to prevent your compressor getting explode. Because as you can see, this can explode. So we are going to discuss the factors that can warrant this compressor to explode, and also the preventive measures you can take to avoid your compressor getting exploded. Now, number one causes of compressor getting blast is blockage of the pumping line. Let's say here is the pumping line. The pumping line of the compressor, the outlet. Now, if this outlet gets blocked in the condenser, it will warrant the compressor to blow up. Thereby, what causes this line to block sometimes is caused by particles of ions or oil, or also particles of copper. When cutting this pipe, when construction fabrication of this machine, you cut the pipe either with your cutting tools or with your saw. And during the cutting, some particles of this copper can fall inside these pipes. Without you knowing. And that is why it's recommendable for you to flush your machine, flush the pipe after you might have finished working. Now, when the pumping line gets blocked, it will warrant this compressor to force itself to pump, thereby accumulating heat on the compressor, and this can warrant this compressor to get exploded. So make sure your pumping line is free, either the pumping line or the inlet line. This is the outlet line, and this is outlet and inlet line. So make sure that this line pumps the gas into the condenser, and the condenser to the system is free. But if you get blocked, you can warrant the compressor to get bumped. And also, and again, if your dryer get bumped or get blocked, you can warrant your condenser, your compressor to get exploded. Yes, this serves as a dryer and also a filter, so it requires regular changing. Whenever you notice that your dryer is getting cold instead of getting warm, as I'm touching this, it's warm. Instead of getting warm and it's getting cold, you know that this dryer is faulty. Either it has blocked or your capillary is faulty, your capillary are blocked. So if this capillary gets blocked or your dryer gets blocked, this dryer will be getting cold instead of getting warm. Now it will warrant this compressor to pump excessive gas, and when pumping excessive gas, the gas is not passing through. It will warrant the compressor to get exploded. But before it gets exploded, it will give you so many signs. First of all, the compressor might trip off, and when it trip off, you should notice that something is wrong. It's not only blockage of the pipe that can warrant the compressor to trip off. Sometimes, if there is a low refrigerant, low gas, can warrant the compressor to get hot and trip off. But majority of the fault is when the pumping line, the outlet line is blocked. This compressor can get hot. As you can see, it's wet. You see, the compressor is wet. It's getting wet, meaning it's pumping fine. And it's pumping fine, and also the line is through. You can see the ice is dried up, meaning it's working perfectly fine. The pipe is through. So whenever the compressor, instead of getting cold or getting warm or bringing out heat, and it's getting hot and try, you know that two things that can cause this thing is either the system, the inside the piping is blocked, or there is no gas on it. So that's why that is when you first use your gauge to check if that's when you use the gauge to check if the gas is enough. If the gas is enough, then you know that the line of your compressor is blocked. And also you can also use your gauge to know if the line is blocked. That will be on my next video. I will show how to use your gauge to know if the line of your compressor is blocked or not. So this one of the reasons that can warrant your compressor to blow up or to spoil or to get burnt. Now, number two factors that can warrant your compressor to get burnt and spoil is faulty electricity or faulty wiring. Yes, compressor needs high voltage. Compressor needs high voltage. For compressor to function very properly, you need at least 220 volts to 240 volts. Your compressor will function very properly. Don't put a 3 horsepower compressor on a voltage that is 180 or 200. The compressor sound will not be normal. When the current that is being supplied to the compressor is not up to the normal voltage required for the compressor to function properly, the compressor sound will change. You notice it by the compressor. It can sound like something that is fading off. Now, when the compressor is not getting enough current that it needs to affect your compressor, and now when the wiring, the connection is not okay, it will affect your compressor. Yes. Now you can see the terminal. On this terminal, we have what is called the common line. We have the running line, and we have the starting line. Now the starting line goes directly to the capacitor. Yes, that is as a starter in the compressor and as a runner for the compressor. Now, when you use the starting line of your compressor, the starting line, you connect it to the direct light, because the starting line needs to go to the compressor. Starting line of a compressor needs to go to the capacitor directly, as I need to say. Now, you should not use the starting line of your compressor direct to light. Starting line goes directly to the capacitor. Now, what we call the running line? The running line. The running line have two movements. The running line, you split the running line to two. Thereby, one goes to the compressor, one line goes to the capacitor, and one goes to the current. Let me give a diagram of how it looks like. This is your compressor. This is the terminal. You have the 3 terminals. Now let's assume this is the starter. This is X. This is the running line. This is R. This is the common line. This is C. Now, this X is the starting line. This goes directly to your capacitor. One line of the capacitor. This goes to one line of the capacitor. This is the running line. Now, the running line comes and split into two. One goes to the capacitor and one goes to your current. Then this common goes directly to your current too. Current. You can use this as neutral and use that as power, or you can use this as power or use as neutral. I've explained this on my former video on the first. So the starting line goes there to the capacitor. Go inside there. You can see the capacitor inside there. Yes. Then the running line, one goes to the capacitor and one goes to the current. Then the common goes directly to the current. So when connecting your compressor, if there to be a mistake on this your connection, automatically you block your compressor, and your compressor might get burnt. Compressor is very expensive. So when connecting this, you must be very careful on your connection to avoid blowing your compressor. So when how you are able to know that you have done a wrong connection? Now when you power your compressor will not peak. First, it will not peak. You know that there is a wrong connection. Also, when you power your compressor, it can, when there is a wrong connection, the compressor will start making noise and getting hot. You know that there is a wrong connection. So wrong connection can warrant your compressor to get burnt and get blown up. So make sure you connect your compressor on the perfect terminus. Connect your wires on the perfect terminus. After you connect your wire on the perfect terminus and on your compressor refuses to peak, then you know the compressor is faulty. Again, if your compressor refuses to peak, maybe the compressor makes a humming noise. Instead of peaking, it makes a humming noise. Then you check your capacitor. If your capacitor is weak, it will also make your compressor not to peak. Not actually the running line. The connection. If your connection is perfect, the actual connection is okay. On your compressor refuses to peak. You check your capacitor. You either buy new capacitor or change your capacitor at least 45 UF or 50 UF. And when you buy new capacitor and change it, and your compressor also refuses to peak, then you know that your compressor is faulty. So that is also one of the precautions you take to make sure your compressor don't get hot. Your compressor is very expensive in the market. Get burnt. And this factor now is not actually, it does not only affect your compressor, it can also affect your machine working speed. Yes, because I've seen so many questions on our WhatsApp group. What can we have the compressor not to be working? And this is one of our topics of one of the topics we are going to discuss on our coming seminar, our coming training. So now this number 3 now does not only affect your compressor, it also affect your machine. Not blocking, it also affect the blocking speed of your machine. Now the number 3 factor is excessive liquid refrigerant. Now liquid refrigerant, Alu 22 gas you normally use on this compressor. This compressor use Alu 22 gas. It's liquid in form. It's a liquid gas. Now you have liquid, the compressor have a liquid state and a gas state. Now when gassing or when filling up your compressor, you pumping the liquid state of your compressor, excessive liquid state of your gas inside your compressor. First and foremost, your compressor, you find it difficult to compress because this is a compressor. It compresses gas and not liquid. And gas does not compress, only liquid that compress. You find it very difficult to compress. And when this coupler compressor is a very powerful compressor. Now when it manages to compress it, now you find out that the compressor might have received excess gas. When you feel excess gas, you want your machine not to blow faster. So this compressor compresses gas state of your Alu 22 gas and not the liquid state of your Alu 22 gas. So excessive gas can warrant your compressor not to function properly and can cause a mechanical fault, mechanical damage. Now, when you cause mechanical damage, you find out that your compressor, sometimes the compressor will be on it, but it will have what is called low pumping. The mechanism will blow fault, and sometimes without making noise, without making excessive noise. And I found out that what you have done is that you have filled the compressor with excess liquid state of your gas. Now to warrant the compressor to have a mechanical fault. When the compressor has a mechanical fault, it will have low pumping, and also to warrant your machine to pump faster. So liquid state of this of your Alu 22 gas or gas inside the compressor can warrant on your adbox machine, can warrant your machine to stop pumping. Normally on your AC system, you normally use the liquid state of your gas to fill your compressor or your AC. But in your adbox machine, you use the gas state to fill the compressor. So I've taught my members, those on my group, how to fill gas on the compressor. Yes, I've taught how to fill gas on the compressor. But if you still want to learn this, you can join our group. I will also teach this on the group. I ask the question on the group, I will also teach this on our group. So if filling your compressor, alcohol machine compressor, liquid state of the gas is not healthy enough. Instead, if your compressor, if you know that your compressor consume at least 2 kg of your alcohol gas. Now when filling it, off the compressor, turn your can upside down, put at least half kg of your liquid state of your gas inside the compressor. Then remove your filling gas on the compressor. Give the compressor at least 10 minutes to 15 minutes to compress that liquid state of your gas. Now I'll give it some time. It will work. When it has compressed the liquid state of your gas, then you start filling. And when you start filling, you don't fill the liquid state again. You start filling the gas. You don't turn it upside down, but leave it erect to fill the gas. By so doing, you prevent excess gas on your compressor. Why your compressor can get is poor maintenance and installation. Yes, poor maintenance. If you are not a technician, you are not advised to go and install an alcohol machine. Don't just use YouTube videos and Facebook videos to go and install compressor on alcohol machine, because poor maintenance and installation can warrant the bottom of your compressor. What I mean is that when installing a compressor, you must check the oil on the compressor, the state of the oil on your compressor, and also the gauge of the oil on your compressor. So if you are not a technician, you won't be able to know if the compressor on that oil have gauged enough, and also if the oil is healthy. So you must check that the oil of your compressor is healthy, and also the oil is gauged enough to avoid installing a compressor on an alcohol machine with low oil gauge or faulty oil. When installing a compressor, you should know the quantity of pipe that the particular compressor needs to function properly. I've seen a situation where people buy an alcohol machine, maybe pipe and alcohol machine that produces 200 capacity of block, and that will use 2.5 horsepower on it. Now you should know, you get with everything that when you pipe an alcohol machine to produce at least 100 pieces of ice block, you find out that the pipe inside, the pipe you use will be high. The rows of pipe you use will be high compared to the one that is producing 50 capacity of block. Now you find out that some people that will buy alcohol machine that produces 100 capacity, when they buy it, the technician installs the machine with 3 horsepower or 3.5 horsepower. Then when the compressor gets burned, the owner will go and buy a 2 horsepower compressor to put on it. It's not a good technical work. When an alcohol machine is fabricated with a 3.5 horsepower compressor, please, when maintaining it, or if the compressor gets burned, if you want to install another compressor, make sure you are still using the 3.5 horsepower or higher compressor or before horsepower. Don't use the lower compressor, because when the fabricator is fabricating the machine, there's a calculation. Yes, before you build another calculations. Yes, you do calculations. So that calculations determines the number of row of pipe you need inside the machine. Now the technician has calculated that this machine contains 10 rows of pipe, and the compressor that can function properly with this 10 rows of pipe is a 3 horsepower compressor or 3.5 horsepower compressor, and the 3.5 horsepower compressor is being installed by a technician or the fabricator. Now as a user, due to capital or money, the compressor gets burned. You compare the price of 3 horsepower, 3.5 horsepower, and the price of 2 horsepower. You go and buy 2.2 horsepower for compressor and put on that machine. My brother, my sister, they are not doing that machine good. So it's not healthy, it's not good. So the compressor, the line or the quantity of the pipe using piping your machine will determine the type of compressor, the strength or the horsepower of the compressor you are going to use to power that machine. So it's very, very necessary.